Finally, we have the rubber type. This is hilarious. So, like, I love Adept Sharon for including and talking so much about the rubber type. Again, I think to exemplify a lot of these typings, right, you need to pick something that's visual, that's kind of fun, something you can imagine in your mind. And it can be silly. Grass type is silly, right? Flying type might as well be called the bird type, right? I think there's even fairy is a little bit, silly. You think of like a little pixie, you know what I'm saying? So the rubber type in my mind, I've talked to Sharon about this, is anything that's stretchy, anything that is also maybe has unnatural characteristics or artificial characteristics, but really stretchy vines, anything like that. This is a physical attribute type, like flying type, like bug type, right? So on the surface, rubber seems ridiculous because you're like, what is that? Right. Yeah. And I know you're thinking that, Soul.
I'm just waiting.
But I think it's kind of fun. I think it would be a fun addition.
It would be,
yeah, say your piece.
No, it would be fun, but at the same time, it's just kind of dumb to me. I maybe it's the name that gets me like turned off by it, but I just don't see a need. I could see like an artificial type that could be cool and make it more sense. Like, but I don't want to say plastic or rubber. Like those words are just like not great to me, and I just don't see a need for this type at all. Like we don't have enough Pokemon for me to be like, oh yeah, we need this in any way.
That makes sense. If I'm looking at this list, a lot of these Pokemon are so silly and they are stretchy and they're a little bit goofy, and they basically just like group together a bunch of like stretchy Pokemon with like weird appendages and was like, oh, this could be a new type. Because a type we didn't even talk about is the artificial type that you mentioned, and that would be, or like a digital type is probably a better way to say it, and that would be Pokemon.
Artificial could be different as well. Like so. On this list, we have Trubbish and Garbodor. Like those could be an artificial type of Pokemon and not have to do with digital at all. So like digital could be like its own thing completely.
Totally.
For me, it's like I can see the mollusk side of this. So like any of the Goomy and Goodra lines, like a lot of them, I can see that for rubber. I can also see Spidops a lot because of webbing.
Which is fun. I mean, I think that's kind of smart. And again, the whole point of a new type is to make the other, like old Pokemon and new Pokemon, more interesting, and to be able to have a new framework that you can, that Game Freak can design Pokemon within.
I see that, but I just don't see like such a need to be like, oh yeah, Spidops needs the rubber type because of web. Like it would be like one. It should get something, and it would just be like one Pokemon in like a group. Like you wouldn't need it. I guess Grumpig would be a good one too because of the spring.
The spring tail. So okay, let's go through this quick. Rubber is offensive against electric, and I think that's because like rubber, what is it? It's not conductive, or electricity can't go through rubber. Rubber is effective against water because it resists water can't pass through rubber.
I would say this would be the biggest reason for this typing to exist. Would be like be like what's the word? It can't affect electric types or whatever. Immune.
Immunity. So rubber is also super effective against poison, which again, it's like it's keeping anything. I think of like sealants or whatever. I don't know. And then rubber is weak to fire. It's weak to ice. It's weak to steel, and it's weak to dark. And there's a bunch of resistances and not very effective moves that you can see on the screen. Think about moves like Lick, Bind, Wrap, Constrict, Body Slam, Ring Out, Power Whip, right? I mean, Power Whip's fine as a grass-type move, but I can see it. Stockpile, Swallow, Spit Up. I get it. So let's go through this list. Ditto.
I don't get it.
Lick a Tongue because of its tail, right? Ditto is stretchy. You got Shellos. You got Shelmet. Again, very kind of a stretchy Pokemon. You got, what is it? Why Not and Wobbuffet. The Goomy line, all of them would get the rubber type, which I guess it's just mono dragon, so it's not really like hurting its existing typing. But
no,
then you got what's this guy called? This new Earthworm is what it's called. I was gonna say, what's this new Earthworm? It's called Earthworm.
Close.
Tangela is kind of a fun one. right?
That kind of makes sense. That would kind of make sense.
I like it. Like you just gotta like think about it a little bit, and then you're like, okay, if this existed, I guess I'd be fine with it. But also I think it's a little bit goofier, so it's also not a lot of people's like go-to type.
Yeah.
We got Gulpin, and we got Pyukumuku. There's oh my gosh, just reading off all these names, I know these Pokemon. Yes, Shuckle. I know these Pokemon. I've seen the comments where it's like, Dusty doesn't even know all these Pokemon's names. How despicable. And I'm like, I know the names. I'm just rattling them off.
That's okay. I don't know the types well, so there you go.
I know the names. Like, but yeah, switching between them all is. I said Pyukumuku without stuttering. That's pretty good.
Yeah. Every now and then your brain just like goes like.
Yeah, it's just a little brain fart. That's all it is.
Yeah.
The Weeping Bell line, Toadscrew line. You got the Carnivine line. I kind of like here we got Superior getting the rubber type with its long body. Like a lot of the snakes would have the rubber type.
I'm not about that.
No,
no, it doesn't make any sense to me. They're just snakes. So
yeah.
If you could get a snake and pull it like this and see what happens.
Yeah, but it's like flipping. Like a lot of the Pokemon will flip their tails like a whip almost. So I don't know. I think you made a good point about Spidops. That's kind of cool. We got Grimer here, Trubbish, Tentacool. You get the Ekans line again. It's a snake. The gooiness of a Solosis makes sense. Grumpig makes sense. More snakes with Sandaconda. This one's cool. You got Phanpy and Donphan, which do roll up like a wheel, like a tire, which literally would be rubber. So that's kind of cool. I can see that.
Yeah.
And then Clobopus, Octillery with its tentacles. Wiglet is here, water rubber type. And then you got the listen. I don't want to be eating any. If there's rubber in my sushi,
but
that's getting a bad rating.
This is actually funny though because one of them is called the stretchy form. Of
it is, yeah.
So
yeah, and maybe that's why. Maybe that's what inspired this. And then you got Laleep and Electros and Bellybolt. It's gooey. There's Xurkitree, Guzzlord. Oh, this is kind of cool. Meltan and Melmetal are here. I can see that.
Yeah, but they're like literally liquid metal. You know, they're not really rubber.
And then
yeah,
and then you got Fortress,
you know
or not Fortress. Ferrothorn.
As you were saying it, I was like, I don't even remember the name of this. So there you go.
I got it.
You did.
And I guess the whole point of what I wanted to talk about today was just that, like, I think there's a lot of Pokemon that are either. It's not that they're necessarily there. Listen, there are some Pokemon that are mistyped, but I think more often there are Pokemon that like are not fully represented by how they could be represented.